Hi guys, it's Luvinlooms here. Here we go. Number one, first video. I told you guys I was going to start trying to make some video tutorials, and this is the one we're going to start with. I posted this design about 4 weeks ago. It sort of slipped through the cracks because I usually try to get a flipogram out, you know, fairly soon after it's been posted and after I've made sure that this design isn't out there somewhere else. But it sort of got left by the wayside and didn't have a name or anything. So I went back today and I took a look at it and looked at some of the wonderful suggestions that you guys have given me. And I sort of took a mix of
several of them, or just the ideas that you guys gave me, and I came up with Heart of My Heart Bracelet, or we can tag it HOMH Bracelet for short. I want to thank Wendell Abra and Janet Today and Jen T with Love for giving me such wonderful name suggestions on this one, and I can't wait to see y'all's renditions. Hopefully this tutorial will come out well enough for you guys to figure out how to make one in your very favorite color scheme, and you can post that so that I can see it. So without further ado, let's get started. Very quickly, these are several of the different color variations I've made. I just wanted to, you know, sort of let y'all see that one. I believe this one was probably the first one. And then this one should be the same as the one I had posted on Facebook that I just showed you. Yeah, I believe that one's the same one. And then here's another purplish one. Okay, and here is a turquoise and olive. And I like to mix different types of bands. You'll probably notice that in a lot of the things that I do. I like to try to, excuse me, I like to try to incorporate the thicker sweets and Egyptians and pearls and stuff, and put those with dual layers, some of the thinner dual layers, or some of the opaque bands. Today, we are going to use this color scheme. Here we go, there we go. This is, where's my hook at? Burgundy, oh, don't look at my fingernails. Burgundy Sweets and the dual layer pink with the white on the back, the 600 pack. And then I actually don't think this is opaque white. I think it's the glow white. I like to use the glow whites as opposed to the opaque white. They have sort of a nicer feel to them, and I like the tighter stretch that they have, and they're just a tiny bit thicker, and I really like working with those as opposed to the opaque whites, and they're, you know, pretty much the same price, I think. So usually when I order, I'll go ahead and get the glow white. I don't really care about the glow so much, but I do care about how these seem to feel just a little bit better and nicer in my work. This particular little sample is going to show you two different ways that we can connect these. So I sort of set that aside to remind me that I want to show you both ways. But let's go ahead and get started with the actual design. Okay, we are going to start with, here I am, a cat band. And then we are going to pull two bands through it. So I'm using my glow white, and we're going to pull that through. And you want to make sure that your bands lay correctly. Whatever band is inside needs to be inside. You know, both of those loops need to be the same band, and the same thing with the outer one. So we take that, and then next we're going to take one of the dual layers, put it on your hook, and you're going to go all the way through those first two layers and pick up the outer white in this particular case, okay? Then we need one of our sweets, or whatever you're using, and we need to pull that through these first two loops and bring back that outer loop, which is part of that dual layer band. At this point, if you don't have a dual crochet hook, just go ahead and pinch it carefully and turn it around and put it back on. But make sure when you get it back on that these white loops are sitting in the right spot, that the inner one is the same as the inner one right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and slide mine down and then take a look at it real quick. And if you can't tell for sure, if it gets confusing looking at it, tug on one of them and see if you can tell which loop it's tugging on. That one, I believe, is tugging on the outside one. You'll find out pretty quick if it's not, because it's going to be crooked on one side. You can also sort of pull from this side and like this inner one. Yeah, that looks like that's the same. It's same band that I have sitting in the intersection. Okay, so we need our dual layer pink. Where did I go? Come on back, right? There I am. Okay. Dual layer pink. I'm sorry, I'm trying to watch this while I do it, and it's not comfortable yet. And then we're going to pull back up that outer band and make sure it's the outer band. So if we look at this, we need to make sure that the dual layer pinks both look like they're on an inner loop. Okay, like I said, we're going to find out pretty quick if it's not. Then we need our burgundy sweets, or whatever color you're using, and go through these two bands and pick up that outer band, which is going to be the dual layer that you just did. Okay, excuse me, I've got a cold and it's being really slow to go away. But if I keep waiting to be well before I ever do any of these, I'm never going to get any tutorials done for y'all. So, pressing forward, let me adjust this just a little bit. Okay. Alright, the next thing we want to do is load on, you can use either the pink dual layer or your sweets. I'm going to use the sweet, and we're going to grab these 6 inner loops. So pull it through 7, and then grab the outside one, okay? And just slide those 2 loops to the inside like that. And it should look like that. If you look at it from the other side, you can see the heart that we've made right there, okay? Alright, so now we need to go ahead and do our connecting bands so that we can go on to the next pattern. So we're going to need a white for that, or whatever color you're using. There's a couple different ways. The first one I'm going to show you is to pull it through everything. Whoops. But not necessarily loose the band like I did. Pull it through everything and then pick up the 2 inside loops and then reclaim that outer loop, okay? And it should look like this. Okay, take the next white one, and we're going to pull it through everything again, and we're going to pick up the outer loop here and the outer loop right there, okay? And just leave those in that position as far as which one's the inner bands and which one are the outer. Something doesn't seem like it's looking right here. Okay, it should be fine. Okay, so now we're at the point where we're going to start the same pattern again. So we need a dual layer. We're going to pull that through the first 2 loops and grab this outer loop. Okay, and now we need a sweets. And we're going to pull it through the first 2 loops and grab the outer loop, which is the dual layer here. Okay, alrighty, so now we need to slide everything to the other end. Or, you know, if you only have a regular hook, you're going to pinch it and turn it and put it back on your hook. Okay. Make sure that your white bands are in the same position. Okay. Grab the dual layer. Push it through the first 2 white loops. And then pick up that outer loop. And grab your sweets. Take it through the first 2 loops and pick up the outer loop, just like that. Then make sure all of your bands are straight and neat right here, and grab your sweets or whatever band you're using here, and we're going to pull it through the center 6. So we're going to grab 7 loops and then pick up the outside so it just captures the middle 6, and then make sure that that new band is sitting in the center. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. And now, let me look at my little sample here so I can show you the other way we were doing it. Here it is. Okay. Okay, let's see. We're going to actually add a band here. So that's what's going to make it a little bit different. So it's going to make it a puffier heart. You're going to take a white band and put it into the center 2 just like you did before. And then we're going to take another white band. Woohoo, here I am. And we're going to take it through 4 of them and pick up the center 2. See how that makes that sort of puffy? And then, actually I said we added another band, but maybe we didn't. Let me look at this again. Oh, I only added another band so I could not have it fall apart when I showed it to you. So no, there's not an extra band. It's just done a little bit differently. But like I said, it makes it to where your little section is a little bit puffier. But you can, you can try it either way and see what you like best. So let's do the pattern one more time, and then I will let you finish it on your own, and I'll finish it on my own, and we'll come back and close it. So one more segment. Dual layer is going to go through your first 2 loops and pick up the outer one. And you need your sweets band, whatever color you're using, or whatever style band actually. It's going to go through the first 2 loops. And, whoops. First 2 loops, and you're going to make sure you reclaim the outer loop, which is going to be the dual layer band right there. You're going to turn it over to the other side. Push it down. If it sticks, you can use a little bit of cornstarch, a little bit of Vaseline. I think I've even seen people say that you can do baby oil and that works well. I'm usually just stubborn and I just keep tugging on them and, you know, fixing them once I get to it. Okay, so we need our dual layer band again to go into the inner section. So we are going to cast that off on the first 2 loops. And we are going to pick up that outer loop before we close it up. And fix the band. I'm so picky. But I know y'all are too. If you're going to make something, you want it to be beautiful. So you need to pay a little bit of attention along the way and then do a little final cleanup at the end if you need to. And then we're going to put in our sweets band just like we've done before. And then we're going to grab the one that's going to pick up the center 6 loops. We've got 8 loops on here right now. Okay, so we're going to actually grab 7 of the loops, pull it through, and we're going to reclaim that outside loop. So the new band is in the center, and it should look like that. Now we're going to take our white connecting color, and, oops, can't see what I'm doing here. I'm going to go ahead and do it the way I just showed you, which I believe was to capture the center 2. Okay, like that. And then we need 1 more. Sorry, I don't know why I keep covering that up. It's a work in progress here. We're going to go through all 4, and then we're going to pick up the center 2 whites. And then you're all set to start your next segment. So I'm going to go ahead and stop right here. I'm going to finish this up, and then I will be back in just a minute, and I will show you how to close it up.
We're back, or I'm back. Hopefully you're back too. You want to go ahead and end it here just like you would do if you're going to connect the next section. And I usually take 1 band and pull through those 4 loops. Just like that. And grab your C-clip or whatever kind of clip you're using. Snap that on. I didn't make a full section here, so y'all are going to see that it's just a little bit. And then just snap it to the other end. And you're done. I hope you guys enjoy it. That's just a little mini me one there. Be sure to tag me, and you can either use Heart of My Heart Bracelet as a hashtag or HOMH Bracelet. And I look really forward to seeing what all y'all can do with this. I'm sure it's going to be beautiful. I hope you love it. And we will have more tutorials to come. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.